Hey everybody, welcome back to part two, another live episode. I just finished one building this couch from IKEA, and now I'm going to do my Oshkosh SWAG reveal from EAA AirVenture, which is the world's largest air show held in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I'm just going to check my audio. In Oh, the audio is way better than the last video, so that's great. So anyway, EAA, AirVenture, Experimental Aircraft Association. AirVenture is what everybody calls Oshkosh, or Oshkosh. Anyway, this is from 2 years ago. So, um, so every summer I'd go to Oshkosh, travel there, and this year on the way home, I drove to Oshkosh straight there. It was a 24-hour trip, nonstop driving, no sleep. And then I arrived Saturday morning at 6 a.m. I drove through the gate right when they opened, probably 5:55 when they opened at 6, but they always open a little early. So staked out my campsite. I had the same campsite the last few years, and it's in a field that I had. Pretty much, I was about the first person there. There's maybe one or two people there. So I should do a proper video on Oshkosh. But anyway, so every year, Boeing hands out these swag bags, which are these little string backpacks. Um, so they have a front pocket. I've never fully figured out what that's for. I assume you poke a hole and you can run your, maybe you can poke a hole through there because there's no hole, but maybe you can then run your wires for your non-wireless headphones or something. I really honestly don't know. But so this particular exact bag, so I think I got 6 of these, maybe 7, but every day so what they used to do is Boeing would hand these out. Just you'd walk into their Boeing building right at Boeing Plaza where all the featured airplanes park, and they'd hand you one of these swag bags. Well, this year or last year, they started handing them out every 15 minutes. So on the 12, the 15, the 30, and the 45, they'd hand them out. Well, now this year it was every half hour, so it was on the top and the bottom of the hour. So inside of this one, I'm not honestly sure what's in this one because this is one I was using. But on the day that I got this one, I had it fairly full of other swag that I got from other vendors. I had it on the handlebar of my bike, and I've been doing this for a long time with these. Anyway, it slipped down, and you can probably tell where. It was on this side. It got caught in my front wheel of my bicycle, my mountain bike, and it wrapped around, and it was like wrapped around the brakes, and it looks like a dog chewed it. But anyway, it's not as bad as you would think, but my bike stopped. It was like jamming your front brakes, and the front brake bike stops, and I went flying over the handlebars, and I was right on the main road, right by the kind of the secondary main gate, not truly the main gate that all the driving bus traffic and everything goes into, but the one just off to the side of that, which would be, I think it's to the south of the main gate. So there's kind of a secondary main gate, and there's a whole area there of they call it the fly market. It's all these white tents it's a lot of things that are non-aviation. There's a lot of aviation people in there too, but there's a lot of vendors in there selling stuff that are like pots and pans and uh, you know cooler bags and sunglasses and wallet and those little metal thin wallet things, just dog tags, campers, all kinds of stuff that are kind of non-aviation or kind of on the edge of aviation. But there's people in there that sell t-shirts and art and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, so I just come out of there and I was heading back into Camp Scholler in the campground. I was on a little side road, and there's a little medic station. There's usually a fire engine and an ambulance station, that kind of a little building. It's sort of a little fire station within Camp Scholler. Anyway, I was like 30 feet from there. My swag bag hit there. I went flying off. Fortunately, a big truck had just gone past, and they were actually driving kind of crazy. And I just kind of what happened is I think I turned and looked back at those people because they were being somewhat reckless. And I think that's what caused my bag to swing into my wheel. But anyway, right behind me was like an F-450 or one of those big work trucks. It had a service body on the back with all the cabinets and everything. And it was a big truck and two guys wearing high vis vests. And they came out and helped me up and helped me get my bike untangled and kind of fixed back up. And they kept asking me if I was okay. And literally like 25 feet from me were two ambulances and the two crews from those ambulances. Like one ambulance had come and stopped by the one that was stationed there, and they were kind of just hanging out, chit chatting, and like literally I fell flying off my bike, landed, and I went like sideways into the street. And I thought I was okay, and I was a little banged up. I had a little rash on my kind of my left knee, and then I had a somewhere on my right side, I had a gash like down on my leg. Oh yeah, I can still see it. There's a big gash that was down my. It's faded, but it's still there. And I had another like up, kind of almost like where my underwear start on my leg. There was another like just a gash there. Anyway, I thought it was okay, and then I went through the rest of the show, and I left and I went up to Green Bay. This will be the next part of the story, but I went up to Green Bay to go to the National Railroad Museum on the Sunday that Oshkosh ended, AirVenture. And I got to a hotel, and I've been going to the campground showers and stuff. And I never noticed, but when I got to the hotel, I saw myself in the mirror. I had a contusion. It was about almost a foot on my left hip, and it was a big. It's still sore, but there was a big like I forget what you call that, but a big lump there. I mean, it was like there was a lump there that was about this big, and then there was just a scrape and a contusion. It was all purple, and it was a mess. I had no idea how bad it was, but it was also healing by the point that I saw it, which was about 4 or 5 days after it happened. But anyway, so this particular bag got mangled a little bit. It's all kind of dirty in the front, but I used this one as my backpack. But what I do is I gather these from my friends, and then so yeah, I usually get some extras, and I have them give them to my friends that I want to come to Oshkosh with me, but they don't come. So also I put in some hand sanitizer. But anyway, so inside the typical Boeing bag is there's some chapstick, which I probably benefit from right now. And it's actually, I'm trying to think what flavor that is. It's quite nice though. And then there's a suntan lotion. And they did pretty much the same thing in a carabiner there, which is great because I always seem to need a carabiner and then a pair of sunglasses, which say Boeing on them. The sunglasses they gave out the previous 2 years were kind of the clear kind that are kind of clear here. And then they had blue arms. There's a second sunglasses that they were giving out this year, which were white ones, which I didn't even realize they were different ones, but I like the white ones. I normally wouldn't wear them, but they're a little different. So that's cool. And then these ones were kind of the regular ones, which these ones they almost look like women's. I don't know. Maybe there's a difference. Well, I did wear these. I wear my old ones all the time. And then also in that bag was some posters from the Pink Pony / Chippewa Hotel from Mackinac Island, which is after I went up to Milwaukee. I went up and over around the top of Lake Michigan. I went to Mackinac Island for a few days, and I ate dinner at the Pink Pony, which is a really cool place. The bar in there's 3 bars. And I'm not sure if all of them, but the one down below looks out over the water, marina. So that's kind of my bag. That's my swag bag. And then I got this hat here at Piper Cub hat. So it's got the cute little cubby on there, little bear cub. So I got a shirt last year. And then this year, I don't know how many shirts I got. I got this airplane mode shirt from Jimmy's World. Bought it from Jimmy. So I was talking to him, and I felt like I should buy something. And he had the other shirt that he wears. I think he was wearing it at the time. It said the one that says "What could possibly go wrong." So I like that shirt. It's actually a very comfortable shirt. What is it? It is a Next Level Apparel. So I think I have some other shirts from them. So another swag bag. This one, oh, I'm not sure if the other one had it, but the other thing they put in these are the blue sweat rag. So it's a big, long, it's more of like a performance type material. I think it's recycled material, recycled plastic bottles or something. But yeah, it says Boeing on there. So these you can use them to either you can get it, I think you'd probably wet it and then put it around your neck. And then let's see, probably another lotion and chapstick. And there's no glasses in that one, which is interesting, but it's probably somewhere here in the glasses. So, and then another swag bag. Some of these have things in them, some of them are. This one has the white glasses. And another suntan lotion and chapstick. So these are ones I get a whole bunch of other stuff, which you'll see here in a moment, and then give it to my friends in hopes of enticing them to come to Oshkosh with me. But after 5 years, they've not taken the bait. So here we go. It's a bit of a commitment to go because, for one thing, most of my friends live on the West Coast, where I lived almost my entire life. Some stuff in that. Some of them have other stuff in them. That's why it feels like it's in there. So I try to get my friends to come out from the West Coast, but it's a journey, and then take a week off work and stuff to go camp at an airport. Okay, plans. The state of Oklahoma always has a good booth. This year they were handing out these little fans, and then this thing it folds up into this little thing, and then it goes into this little bag. It's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna put this with my camping gear. It's gonna go on my camping kit. So when I'm camping, that's probably the main place I would use a little fan like this, but in which I did while I was camping at Oshkosh. But so that all goes in that. Pretty cool. Should have Oklahoma on the outside of that. Anyway, Oklahoma always has a nice booth, and they promote all their kind of their I think I'm not sure if it's like their state aviation division or transportation aviation division, but they promote their airports, and it's a big fly in. They're right in the middle of the country, so they're promoting that to the general aviation community. And then I found out, I didn't know this, but they host a couple events for people from Oklahoma. I had a bunch of neighbors who were from Oklahoma, and they all went to the Oklahoma barbecue or something. They put on a little hospitality situation for the contingent from their own state. So it's really epic. So what I do is I normally take all my swag. So like, for example, I have primarily three people I get these for. I have a fourth person and a fifth person. There's one guy that was my personal trainer who always helps me out when he's also the regional manager for a chain of Planet Fitness. So I always get him stuff because he's always helped me out a lot. Always treated me really well. Really great service. So when I go on a trip, I usually get him a shirt or some swag and stuff, but usually buy him an actual gift. This is stuff. Most of the stuff's all free. So these are just some apparel, aviation. These are cozies, my beer can cozies. So I try to get four. If people have a lot of swag out, I try to grab four. And then I kind of split them up, hand them out to all my friends. And then, this one's all kinds of stuff. So I got a bunch of cozies. Usually I probably have a whole bunch more. Here's Oklahoma Aeronautics. That's the division that bag tag, luggage tag. And then this bag had all the usual light sunglasses, the So, but in the pocket of this bag, a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, pens. Maybe you have to get lots of pens. So these are, I can tell what this is. Plain plastics. Yeah, they do the interiors for general aviation aircraft. Old general aviation aircraft had plastic panels and they all crack and chip and have an easy IFR. I don't actually remember if they were. Oops, my goodness, what was all this? Oh, okay. And then it's more plain plastics. Plain plastics. Aerotech aviation design. Plain plastics. Plastic pens. Okay, so what else we got? We got Rotax had a. There are all kinds of Rotax. They always have a big booth plus different aircraft. There's a Technum Twin. I can barely see it. Rotax, like a Kit Fox, Cubby. Rotax and then they had a gyrocopter one, so I just grabbed those stickers. I really am impressed with the Rotax engine products that they offer. What else we got here? Oh yeah, there were puzzles. This Rotax, and then this Legend Cub. Maybe that's who had it. Yeah, so you can build a little airplane. And they had those. I got 4 of them, so give them to my friends. And then these are let's see here. I got all kinds of yeah, here we got Rotax stickers for the 916. I'll put that on my water bottle right here. I got got a couple other small stickers that might actually go right in a spot like that. Actually, that's going to be the best spot. Yep. So that's cool. And then what else? I got all these other things. Oh yeah, I got all these. They're like trading cards. So this Arista, it's the name of the company. So there's a Cirrus, and then on the back they have Cirrus G6, gives you all the stats on it. There's a Cub Crafters, Carbon Cub. So these are like trading cards for airplanes. It's kind of cool. So I have about 1 million of those. Apparently, I thought. I don't really remember getting these, but it's this here, plain plastics, QR code for the sticker. So I just got an absolute ton of these trading cards. I think I grabbed like 4 of each. I can't remember. I forget where these were. I almost think they were in somebody's booth. I guess there's a Cirrus Vision Jet. Pretty cool. I'll just look those up. Oh my gosh, there's like 1 million more than could plan was. Just how many was I had? Oh. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this is a Shard et al. That's the Oshkosh, the chart around the Oshkosh sectional. I think they're the people that make chart clothing, where they make giant like charts you can get for different areas. So you can have like your home airport or your home area with a giant chart, or you can actually get charts imprinted on like blankets and clothing and socks and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of cool. So that was all that stuff I had jammed in there. But what's another swag bag now? Okay. I didn't get very much swag this year, actually. This one was the same stuff. It's my Boeing swag bag. So I didn't get as much stuff as free swag like this as usual. However, I got some unique things. One of my friends who is getting one of these bags, he had a Ford F-150. We were making comments back and forth about his F-150. It's a really nice truck, though. Yeah, so I got him a Ford hat. from the Ford booth. And I think also got a Ford lanyard. That's another thing. A lot of people have these lanyards for ID. You gotta have one of imports, you gotta have ID. So get on and off the ports. So I got him a Ford lanyard and a Ford hat. It's pretty cool. It's a nice trucker hat though. You'll like it. You better like it. And then Piedmont Airlines, they were giving out socks. They were stuffing stuff into my swag bag. Then they had these. These are like first aid kits, I think. Yeah. Hand sanitizer and Band-Aids in there. So I think I got 4 of these. I've got myself plus 3 other primary people that are getting these swag bags. A couple other friends are getting swag bags, but eat, sleep, fly. Eat, sleep, fly. Sling lanyard. I'm gonna keep that one for that song. I only got one. I don't even remember when I got that. And then Lightspeed. No tie downs. Lightspeed. Let's talk about Lightspeed. So a year ago, it's more of these are usually like the remove before flight. A lot of people give those out. These are just like key rings. Key ring part on there. So Lightspeed, last year ago, right before Oshkosh, I got a Lightspeed makes headsets. I got the Lightspeed Zulu 3 headset. I bought it about a month before Oshkosh, not even a month, it was a couple weeks before Oshkosh last year. And I got to Oshkosh and they had $100 off deal show special. And I was kind of ticked. I was like, geez, I just bought a headset from you. And they're like, well, you can buy another one. Like, I only need one high quality noise canceling headset. And then they said, well, you could buy one here and then you could return your other one because you can return it within, I forget, 90 days or something. And I don't think I'd used it at that point. No, I had not used it at all. So I was like, well, I could shell out $1,000 to save $100 and go home and return the other one. But by the time I was on a long trip on that one, so I wasn't sure. I forget what the return deadline was. Maybe it was 30 days, but I was like, I might not be home in time to return it to them. And I'll be stuck with $2,000 in headsets. So this year I won a contest that I should do a separate video on it. I'll do an unboxing video for this headset. So I don't know. I'll tell you what happened here. I wound up winning a contest through Social Flight. It's an app and a YouTube channel. So really, I like Flight. Anyway, their contest. So what did I win? Well, things have a funny way of working out, don't they? Sometimes. So first of all, I really like my Lightspeed Zulu 3 headset. Once I started flying with it last year, I had bought a David Clark headset. Had a problem with 2 of them. It was not a pleasant experience through the vendor and the manufacturer. They were both weren't very nice. Weren't very nice to me. So right here, they handed me a Social Flight, told me to go to the Lightspeed booth, handed me a little piece of paper. I walked over there and handed it to them. They gave me a Lightspeed Delta Zulu. Brand new Lightspeed Delta Zulu headset, which is in here. I'm not going to open it on this video, but was this like I forget if these are like $13.99, roughly $1,400 headset. This is their premium top of the line model. And what sets this apart from the one I have? It's better quality, a lot more control, or a lot more customization of the sound. I think this has Bluetooth, and Also, it has the carbon monoxide detector in it. So I think those are the differences between the one I have and this one. This one is the gold edition. So that's awesome. Thank you for especially Social Flight. That was awesome. More cozies. These are from Scion, I guess is how to say it. So these ones are really high quality. These ones are nice. These ones, I just got a whole bunch from I was at a trade show where a lot of vendors were handing these out, which is always appreciated because I like to have a bunch of them, put them in my camping kit, and then I like to have them here too because I want to go sit out at the pool and have a cold beverage in a hot climate. Like very, very nice people at Gulfstream Aerospace. They make the really big, expensive, $75 million business jets. And they had their mobile support vehicle there, which was it Jimmy Johnson or who's the NASCAR team owner? Anyway, they bought one of their trucks, one of their support trucks for their NASCAR team, and they converted it into a Gulfstream support vehicle. So they take it out. They can go out and service. They go to air shows like Oshkosh, but they can take it out, and it looks like a Snap-on tool truck inside. It's absolutely phenomenal. They have drawers of wrenches this big. Everything is all laid out in customized drawers where everything fits. Everything's got its place. And they can go out and service and support Gulfstream jets. And what they do is they take it out to places where a lot of Gulfstream jets might show up, which would be probably like up in the Colorado mountains in the wintertime or Super Bowl, major, World Series, or probably a college football championship, things like that. Any big location, especially an unusual location where a lot of Gulfstream owners might show up that may not have a lot of support there. So yeah, really cool. They gave me a bunch of magnets to Canada, which I'm half Canadian, so that's cool. Here's a Gulfstream Great Wall of China. Here's one in here. Let's see, Gander to London G150, which is their smallest jet. Actually, don't even make that one anymore. It's evolved into another model. Nonstop Gander to London at Mach 28. G150. The Gulfstream Special Missions, the platform matters. So a lot of them are used. They can be used as Air Force One. There's, if the president is going to like some small place, or like some of the past presidents have gone to like Martha's Vineyard for their vacations, then they'll fly a little Gulfstream, well, big Gulfstream to us, little by presidential standards. But there's the military and the presidential airlift and stuff. They have a bunch of them. This one here is another Chinese one. We got thanked a little bit. So let's see. This guy. Business card. So you got more of the usual stuff. Who was giving out Scion Aviation? They were giving out chapstick. So I was appreciated. I appreciate people that give out useful Boeing sunglasses. No, this is Ford trucks. Oh, cool. My friend will like that. I forgot that I got him some Ford truck sunglasses. It's good. He will like that. It's pretty chintzy sunglasses Boeing. Put the Boeing stuff aside. Let's see. This is Liberty LETU. It's what's the name of that? It's a college. It's something. It's a college aviation program. Feel bad I forget. Piedmont Airlines. And nice pen actually. It's got kind of a soft. Another Piedmont first aid kit. Gulfstream, little like a lapel pin. It's really cool. Sure where I would still appreciate it. Let's see, we got lots of pens, and here another Piedmont Airlines pen. Those are really nice. A whole bunch of sling. Eat, sleep, fly, sling. Oh, I get. Where did I get all these sling pens from? That's funny. I mean, I was at the sling booth a lot. I went to a party for sling, but I don't remember getting all those pens from them. Well, another couple more Piedmont first aid kits. Let's see, we got the Boeing, more Scion Aviation chapstick. That's a good. There's another Gulfstream lapel pin. Another chapstick. Always appreciate it. And then yeah, a bunch of stuff in this pocket. Oh my gosh. The bottle of water. Crazy as that. It is really crazy. Okay, so Boeing stuff here back in the swag bag. And then over here we got all these things here. We'll figure out a place for all that stuff. I'm gonna get this stuff to my friends. Let's see. This what do we have here? Piper. More swag stuff I bought. What was this? Oh, pilot. You want to be a pilot? The Pilot Institute. They met the guy, the owner. One of my friends that was getting a swag bag and a light suit. He gave me this lanyard to give to my friend who did his he did private ground school. He's not done with it, but he's doing private ground school, and then he just did their also their drone class. So here's a Pilot Institute. They moved me for a flight. One of these little keychains. Institute on there. Here's the tag for the hat I'm wearing. Bag, and then Cessna 172 70th anniversary. I don't know why that's in there. And then I did buy for probably $9 or something this bottle opener from the Piper booth, which it has a knife, which is nice, a little like a pocket knife. One blade. It's got a bottle opener, got wine, cork puller. So cool. Okay. So yeah, this is a cool lanyard. This is the kind where you can unbuckle it, so you have your ID on there. You might need to take it off to swipe a card or insert it in like a token. So that's a nice lanyard, very custom. Some of the lanyards they just have printed on it, but this one is the colors and everything for the company. Where's my phone? Let me see if I can find the picture. So I told him, I said, my friend did his ground school. He said, let's see. So we took a picture together to send to my friend and tell him he should be at Oshkosh. And he should have been, right? It should have been there. Let's see, close. Right there. First day of the show. Let's see. One of the very first things I ran into him. Oh, there we go. So here's the Pilot Institute guy. And he handed me that lanyard and he goes, hold it up for the picture and we'll tell your friend you should be here, right? Right. So pretty cool. Let's see. Well, let's see here. We got a Boeing bag. This I had ripped up because it wound up. It was also on the handlebar of my bike when I crashed. Here. Oh, this is not Oshkosh. This is a couple. The sticker is going to go on my water bottle here, and then a national park, kind of a fake national park sign magnet from Mackinac, Iowa. So put that aside. I'm going to sticker on my bottle. Another sticker you would have got. It was a sticker for the guys. The 916 sticker for the road taps. I'm gonna put that there and I'm gonna put it on my bottle. Then the flying folks at Southwest, they were stingy. Everybody was actually stingy on the everybody was a little stingy on the swag this year. So still got a lot. I didn't get as much as usual. Didn't have much. So I did get a couple, 2 sets of earplugs from Southwest. See, it says Southwest on there. So they were a little stingier this year. Last year, I got all kinds of hats and all kinds of stuff from them. Okay, I met this lady. She's Beth Summer. She's a wing walker. That's her. I met her. Very nice. I talked to her and her friend for a very long time. Yeah, so Southwest future pilot, buck naked demonstrating nails. Do that. I love stickers, but I did buy underwear. But I'm sure that I don't have it. So Vans RV15, all the Vans stickers. Well, I just got RV15 this year, so, which I have one on my computer. I have a different one on my computer, but I want a Vans RV15 sticker on my computer. We get that, and then we have the Vans aircraft stickers, which I really like Vans product, especially like the RV15, which is not out yet. They've been showing it off every year. So, a bunch of these Southwest stickers. This guy, I've seen him every year. You can buy a kit to make a teardrop trailer. Probably funny, but I like these stickers. And then let's see, the city of Oshkosh. They gave me a shopping bag. I don't know what it is, but I don't know where it is. When I won my, so they had postcards, and they would mail them for you. They would pay the postage. City of Oshkosh has booths, and they always give out like water bottles, just actual water, and Osh stickers, and kind of these stickers. That's a airplane sticker, and then they always give out stuff. 25. Anyway, I heard actually from the wing walker lady and her friends, I was needing some kind of a bag to carry that headset box in, which is a pretty big box. It wouldn't fit in one of these swag bags, so stopped by this booth, the t-shirt booth, Runway 36, my favorite t-shirt company, and they gave me a garbage bag, which was very helpful. But then they said, hey, at Oshkosh, City of Oshkosh booth, they're giving out shopping bags. So it's like the reusable shopping bags, and I don't know where it is, but I have it somewhere. It might be in my car actually. But so I went over there and I said, I heard you guys are giving out shopping bags. They're like, oh yeah. And so I showed them I won this big thing. Right? So they helped me get it in there because it was a little snug, but it fit in there quite well. And then they gave me sandwiches. They had a bunch of sandwiches left over, like they're all individually wrapped sandwiches. Really good. And I was really hungry. So it really hit the spot. But that was so nice of them. It's always such nice people. So that's just I. And then let's see here. We got this bag. Let's see the flowing bag. Yeah, that's the rest of my trip. But first, the featured item this year, the featured airplane this year at Boeing Plaza, really for kind of I made a big deal about it, which was rightfully so. Last year it flew through. This year it landed and spent the whole week, which was the U-2 biplane. So here's the kind of the official Oshkosh shirt of the year. On the back is the Lockheed Dragon Lady U-2, on the spacesuit. So a friend of mine flew the U-2, and I sent him pictures of the U-2 when it arrived on Sunday before the show. And so I have a friend who always helps me with weather, so I got both of them. My weather friend, who sometimes when I'm at Oshkosh, if there's a big storm coming in, I can't get on my data on my phone, can't get on the internet, so I can't see the weather radar to see what's really happening. So I have a friend back home out on the West Coast who I can call and sit and talk to on the phone, and he's 2 hours earlier. So if there's a storm about to hit at midnight, I can call and talk to him on the phone, and he'll sit there at his computer and watch the weather for me and tell me exactly what's happening right where I'm at. So it's pretty sweet. So I got both he and then my friend who flew the U-2. I got them both these T-shirts. So I got one for myself. I bought 3 of those, and then I got my annual mug. So every year I get a pretty much the same mug. Just one year I bought one of these that was white. I thought, oh, I'll get one that was different, and it was cracked. I didn't know until I got home. But I said AirVenture Oshkosh 2025 EAA. So what I do is I have I have a bunch of these, but I always drink my coffee on a Monday morning. I always drink my coffee out of this. It's $10. A lot of places charge a lot of money for coffee mug, and this is really a basic mug, which I really like. It's just a regular old coffee mug. But every Monday, always on Monday mornings, like today was a Monday, I always drink my coffee out of one of my Oshkosh mugs because it makes me happy. And it reminds me of fun times where I'd rather be there every Monday morning. I'd rather be in Oshkosh drinking coffee out of one of my camp mugs. But anyway, so I need to wash that, and then these, we get these off to my friends. These are the, I always have a bag every year. This is the RTX, Collins Aerospace, Pratt & Whitney, and Raytheon. Yeah. Pratt & Whitney, 100 years of dependable engines, starting with the radials. EAA, they sponsor the bags. If you buy anything at any of the little markets within the campground or anywhere on within the show, all the little t-shirt shops and everything that EAA has with that. So that's almost it on the Oshkosh. Now the rest of my trip went to Mackinac Island. We saw that part. Then I went to the National Museum of the United States Air Force, which if you've never been there, you must go. It's absolutely incredible. Dayton, Ohio, Wright Patterson Air Force Base, right where it all began, pretty much with the Wright brothers. So also, I like that mug. Let's see if you, no, it works both ways. Some mugs, it only works one way, like that one. So I'll put those in the dishwasher, and then let's see, what else do we get? What else? Flag. This is the magnet from the National Museum of the Air Force. So it's B-17 over there. Very nice. And what else did I get? Oh yeah, these are my magnets from the National Railroad Museum, which my friend who does my weather work for me, he's getting one of those because he's loves trains. I like trains. So, that was a really cool museum. The Air Force Museum. Yeah. And I have the magnet from the Air Force Museum here. And then I had another magnet similar from let's see, Here. So I'm gonna put those on my refrigerator tonight, so I don't forget. I have magnets in my refrigerator. I don't know where they're at because I always buy like magnets. Yeah, that's gonna go on my water bottle tonight up there, and then these magnets, Mackinac Island. That's gonna go on my fridge tonight. Oh, and then I got these Gulfstream. I must put them back in. I'll pick which Gulfstream magnet I want to keep, and then I'll send the others off with my friends. So that is, I think, now pretty much that's all my story for my Oshkosh trip. So I should do a proper like Oshkosh overview video. I took a lot of video and pictures and stuff, but anyway, so this is my Oshkosh swag. Got a lot of these Boeing bags. And there's a lot of work to get those now. You have to be there at the top or the bottom of the hour, and I needed some extras for my friends, so I literally I wear my sunglasses, my hat, and when I take off my hat and my sunglasses, I get a bag, and then I'd walk around the corner and I'd like take off my hat and sunglasses and get another bag. So sometimes I could get two in a half an hour slot, but it all depended on where I was. If I was kind of headed towards the Boeing building and I thought about it, I'd be like, oh, it's 5 till. I'll go loiter around the front desk where they hand them out. So anyway, thanks for tuning in this live stream video. Yeah, a long one too, another one. Anyway, thanks for tuning in this live stream on my Oshkosh 2025 AirVenture SWAG reveal. Get you here in this hat. Was I think it's my favorite thing I got. It's a black and yellow hat. I also have a matching T-shirt I got last year from Piper. But I like Piper Cub. I like Piper Aircraft, but I mostly fly Cessnas. So anyway, that's that. So thanks for tuning in this episode of part 2. Catch you here on the next one. Have a good night. Bye.